Salve te discipuli. We have kind of a doozy of a sentence today. We have another sentence from Cicero, that freaking windbag. So this sentence, we'll just go ahead and kind of put it up here. Like I said, it's from Cicero, who just liked to write a lot, sometimes more than was really called for. Maybe he could have said it in fewer words. I mean, who am I to kind of make comments on people's writing styles and stuff, but it wasn't super fun in college to translate him, and it's not super duper fun now for me, but I mean, we'll do it. So this was from let me make sure I'm spelling this correctly. Planchio, one of his writings, or I think it's one of his orations. And this specific line from it is from a section speaking on gratitude. Okay, so let's get ready for this. And this is a simplified version of the sentence from his actual oration, because you are students and sometimes students need, sorry, I'm trying to focus, make it a little bit easier to see. Students need things simplified at first. Walk before you run. You need one of those things called training wheels on your bike before you can, ride it on the street. Okay, so this is like training wheels. So the sentence is qui, make sure I'm in the frame here, qui viri sunt boni civis nisi et qui beneficia patriae memoria tenet. And it is a question, which means one of these two things here are going to be an interrogative pronoun / adjective, interrogative adjective, interrogative pronoun, bleh, and one of them is going to be a relative pronoun. Hopefully that's not too loud. My neighbor decided to mow his lawn right this very minute. Hooray. Anyway, so how should we split this up? Because it's kind of long to do all in one go at the very beginning of your Latin translating educational career. So we're going to start with qui here, and we're going to chop it off here, boni civis. Then we're going to take this section here together, understanding that this right here is its own little clause within this larger clause. So let's go ahead and copy it down. Our first little clause here, qui viri sunt boni, I have enough room? Yes, civis. Okay, so qui here, it's right at the beginning. It's either going to be a relative or it's going to be an interrogative. I'm just going to go ahead and say this one is going to be our interrogative. It's a gimme. It's not really referring back to anyone. It's starting out the phrase or the sentence here. It's setting up the question. So it's going to be like who or which. Because we know it's an interrogative, we know that it's not singular because our interrogative pronouns in the singular masculine and feminine are quis. qui here indicates to us that this is a masculine neuter in the plural. So our subject is also going to be masculine and plural. So weary right here could be our subject. It could be either the masculine nominative plural men, or it could be the genitive singular of men. But our verb here, sunt, this is, if we remember our forms assume essay, sunt is the present plural third person plural present form of sum esse, to be, they are. So who, which, men, they are, boni quis. So what we have here is a form of bonus, bona, bonum. And then we also have quis over here. Let's start with boni, bonus, or bonus, bona, bonum. That is an adjective, a first, second declension adjective. Bonus, bona, bonum. This is second declension adjective. Well, it's a first, second declension rather, because bona is in there. So first, second declension adjective, meaning good. So singular, we're going to decline this, singular on this side, plural on this side. And then we're going to have our 3 columns. I'll mark them masculine, feminine, neuter. Bonus, masculine. Bona, feminine. Bonum, neuter. Masculine, feminine, neuter. So good, masculine, good, feminine, good, neuter. Boni, genitive singular, of good, masculine. Boni, of good, feminine. Boni, of good, neuter. In the dative, bono, 2 for good, masculine. Boni, 2 for good, feminine. Bono, 2 for good, neuter. In the accusative, bonum, good in the direct object. Bonum, good in the direct object feminine. Bonum, good in the neuter direct object. Ablative. Oops, come on, ablative pen, you can do it. Bono, bono, bono. Or actually bona, sorry. Bono, bona, bono. Easy fix with that one. So that's our singular. For our plural, boni, boni, bona. That again is masculine plural, feminine plural, and neuter plural in the nominative. Genitive, bonorum, bonorum, bonorum. Okay, in the dative, where's my dative pen? There it is. Bonis, across the board, bonis, bonis. In the accusative, bonos, bonos, bonos. In the ablative, repeating our dative, bonis, bonis, bonis. So in our clause right there, we have bony, which could be masculine singular genitive, or it could be masculine plural nominative. So it's an adjective. So we know that it needs, because it's not standing substantively, or else I would tell you, we know that it needs to have a noun to modify. So the only other noun it has to modify there would be bony kiwis, or would be kiwis here. Okay, so let's decline kiwis as well and see where we're at. What form is this going to be? This might give us a clue. Kiwis comes from the noun kiwis, 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 which is a third declension noun. It is a, I think it's a masculine. It's either masculine or feminine. I'm gonna put right there because I am not sure. I need to find that further. Anyhow, it's either masculine or feminine. It's masculine. That's right. It's masculine. Being foolish. It's masculine. So this means like fellow citizen, countryman. We're just going to take it as citizen. Okay, so let's go ahead and decline this right here. So the first part here, that's our nominative singular, kiwis. Oh, come now. There it goes. Kiwis, or not E-I, kiwis. Okay, so citizen, nominative singular citizen. Kiwis of citizen. Dative. Kiwi. To for the citizen. Kiwim. The citizen is the direct object. And here's something kind of interesting in the ablative. This is an I stem, so you can use the I in the ablative, or honestly, like kiwe is also correct. So either works. What kind of mood are you in? Kiwe also works. Alrighty. Let's go to plural. It's a third declension, so the plural nominative, because it's masculine or feminine, is going to be es. In the genitive, it's an I stem, so that I is going to pop up before the um. Kiwium. In the dative, kiwibus. In the accusative, kiwis. In the ablative, repeating the form in the dative, kiwibus. All right. So what's the form that we have in the sentence? Is kiwis here. And so that is either in the nominative plural or the accusative plural. If we match that up with our adjective, that adjective is found either in the masculine singular genitive or in the masculine plural nominative. This couldn't be a masculine genitive singular, because that form is kiwis. This is kiwis. This here, kiwis. So this is going to be nominative plural, both of those. Okay, so what does that mean? Whoopsies. That means good men or good citizens. It means that we have a predicate nominative. And we'll put it farther down. So remember, predicate nominative takes two things that are in the nominative, and they don't have to be the exact same thing. It can be two nouns, it can be two adjectives, it can be a noun and an adjective, etc. And a form of sum esse to say this thing is this thing. X is Y. It's not the same as a simile because it's not saying these things are similar. It's saying these are these. It's not the same as a metaphor because it's saying these things are the same. Okay, so what is this sentence saying so far? It's the question part of the sentence. It's saying it's either going to be this, they work the same way, it's just kind of different wording. Who, so who meaning men are, oops, who, that should be yellow. Who meaning men are the good citizens. Or you can say, this one I like better. Which men or who are good citizens? Who are good citizens? Which men are good citizens? Okay, so that's the first clause in our sentence. Ooh, that takes a while, huh? All right, so the next clause in our sentence is nisi ei qui beneficia patria memoria tenent. So let's put that long little bit down. Okay, so nisi ei qui beneficia patriae memoria tenent. Okay. Let's do a little bit of, we didn't really do this on last one because I didn't think it was super necessary, like the last clause, but this one it is. Let's look at parts of speech. Nisi here, this is a conjunction. So this conjunction, nisi, means, so like if, but if not, that ni right there is a negation. So si is if, the ni there is working to negate it. So if not, another way to say that is like unless. Let's see if there's another good way to translate nisi. Except works as well. So if not, unless, except. Ei here, this is a pronoun. Qui, this one is working as a relative pronoun here. The qui before was an interrogative. This one is working as a relative. Beneficia. Beneficia here is a noun. Patria here is a noun, and memoria here is a noun, and tenent is a verb. So ei, if we go, that is a pronoun. It is a third person personal pronoun. If we refer to our chart here, oh, I don't know why I gave that one before. How embarrassing. That's not correct. There's an S at the end of that one, and it shouldn't be. Might have to go amend the video that I used beforehand. This should just be ei. Oh no! Well, when you make mistakes, it's important to own them in the moment, or as soon as you realize you've made the mistake, instead of doubling down and saying, no, that is right. That's totally what I meant. No, I've seen it that way. I totally have. That is, ooh, might have to go into the description of that one and make a little change. Anyway, so for ei there, we could be looking at a masculine plural, or we could be looking at a masculine, feminine, neuter, dative. So let's hold off on declaring that to be one or the other yet, and look at the rest of the sentence, or the rest of this clause. So what do we know about the relative pronoun here? We can't really say if it is, well, it's definitely masculine because that can only be one. But we can't say if it's plural or if it's singular, like because e here could be a plural masculine or it can be a singular masculine. So, but we know for sure this is going to be the e here is the antecedent of qui, because relative pronouns require an antecedent. Qui here is only a neuter or a nominative form. So it will either be like a nominative singular or nominative plural. So that's going to be, if it's a nominative form, it's going to be the subject of the verb. So let's find the verb of this clause. Beneficia, no, it's a noun. Patria, no, it's a noun. Memoria, no, it's a noun. Tenant. Okay, tenant here. This is a plural third person. That NT tells me, hey, third person plural right here. So that means that this is we already know it's going to be nominative plural or nominative singular. This is a nominative plural masculine. So if this one is plural, what do we know about antecedents and their relative pronouns? That they have to match in gender and number. So this is a masculine plural. It has to be nominative because that's the only form for the plural there is. Okay? Well, that's the only form it could match. So this one here, masculine, nominative, plural, so them, mask. Okay, so who, probably who or which, referring back to them, plural, men, whatever, the masculine them. So they, the masculine, them, they masculine, they do what? This is from teneo, tenere, which is a second conjugation. Let's go ahead and conjugate that verb real quick. Because why not? We always use the practice. Could always use the practice. Who can't use the practice? We could. Teneo. Tenere. Tenui. Tentum. Like I said, this is a second conjugation. We know that by looking at the first principal part, which is EO, second principal part, which is ERE. That indicates to us that this is a second conjugation. So teneo, tenere is hold, keep, comprehend, possess. So we'll go with hold, to keep. To keep actually might work because we have memoria right here. And when you have teneo, or when you have something like tenere with memoria, to keep and memoria, it looks like the word that it translates into English. Memory, to keep memory, to remember, okay? So we'll do to hold, to keep, and using it with memoria is going to give us to keep memory, to hold memory, to remember. All right, so our present is going to go here. Present, 1, 2, 3 people. Well, 3 persons. First person, I, we. Singular I, plural we. Second person, you, y'all. Third person, he, she, it, they. Funny thing about you, that's actually not the singular form of the second person. Second person singular properly is like thou, thine. But because language and high frequency words, sorry, I'm just going in and out of focus here. High frequency words like pronouns change over time. The plural just became what you use for the singular as well. So Interesting fun fact, languages change. That's just how language usage works. All right, so present imperfect. There, ooh, very nice. Ish. And future. 1, 2, 3. Ah, wow. Singular, plural. It's gonna need a tense indicator, and I've given myself no room. Oh well. Anyway, we need our stem. Go to our second principal part. So ignore the terminal ERE for a moment. 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. All right. Next up is the vowel. We're in second conjugation, so everybody gets to keep their vowel. Hooray! The E goes in all of them, even in the first person singular. Tene, 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 tene. Okay. Now in the present, we just toss in our personal endings here. Teneo, I hold, I keep. S for the second person singular. Tennis, you hold, you keep. Tenet, she holds, she keeps. Tenemus, we hold, we keep. Tenetis, y'all hold, y'all keep. Tenent, they hold, they keep. In the imperfect, we have a tense indicator, BA. So, B, ba, ba, black sheep, have you any wool? The imperfect forms here. Tene, and then toss in our personal endings. Tene bam, I was holding, I used to hold. Tene bas, you were holding, you used to hold. Tene bat, he was holding, he used to hold. Tene bamus, we were holding, we used to hold. Tene batis, y'all were holding, y'all used to hold. Tene bant, they were holding, they used to hold. Now for future. Future in the second conjugation has a tense indicator as well. B-O for the first person singular, tenebo, and that's it. That doesn't get another personal ending here. So that's just I will hold. Tenebe for the second person singular, be for third person singular, be for first person plural, be for second person plural, b for third person plural. And then we put in our personal ending. Tenebo, I will hold. Tenebis, you will hold. Tenebit, it will hold. Tenebimus, we will hold. Tenebitis, y'all will hold. Tenebunt, they will hold. Okay, so in our sentence, we have tenant, that is third person plural in the present. Tenant, they hold, they keep. They keep. And this right here, memoria, this is a, we'll go ahead and decline it, but this is the ablative form. They keep something in memory or by means of memory. Or either way works here. Okay, so they keep by means of memory they keep in memory. Either way, they're working together here. Memoria and tenent are working together here idiomatically in Latin to mean remember. Okay, let's go ahead and decline memoria really quickly. Okay, that is a first, second declension. So it's a feminine. Okay, so memoria, memoriae. Okay, so that's a first declension. Noun, which means if it's in first declension, everything in first declension is feminine. The nominative singular, memoria. So this is memory. The genitive singular, memoriae. Of memory. The dative singular, memoriae. To for memory. The accusative singular, memoriam. If you've ever seen in memoriam, that is here, into memory, because you're saving it into memory. That's the only part of that that's left out. So memoria, that is the ablative singular, by with memory. So the plural nominative, memoriae. Okay. In the genitive plural, memoriarum. Yeah, memoriarum. Sorry, I just had to look at the accusative here really quickly to make sure I had put in enough letters because it sounded similar in my head for some reason. So memoris. Okay, in the accused or in the dative plural, where did that go? Memorias. In the accusative plural, memories. In the oh, that should have two I's. Memories in the dative and in the ablative. Memories, memorias, memoriis. Okay. The form we have is memoria. That is the ablative form here by means of memory, in memory. So, who, meaning the men, unless, if not, unless, except them, masculine men, who they keep by means of memory or they remember. What do they remember? Beneficia patriae. Patriae here, this comes from the word patria. It's another first declension, patria patriae, meaning the fatherland. Another first declension. Weird that it means fatherland and it's a feminine, but like what you gonna do?